Okie dokie. Ho ho. Let's go.
Hey guys, Chad here and welcome back to another video. Today I've got a little bit of a different video for you. I have always absolutely loved the Mario Kart series. It's always been one of my favourite franchises of all time. So today I'm going to rank all of the Super Mario Kart games. I'm going to do them in order, first to last, so you can see which one is my favourite. This video is going to take a lot of editing, so if you could, please go to my channel Retrohead. Please like and subscribe if you like all things retro gaming. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. So before we begin, I just want to tell you a couple of rules I've got for my list. So number one, this does include home console and also handheld Mario Kart games. Also, I will not be including any mobile games such as Mario Kart Tour, or also any spin-off games like Mario Kart Home Circuit, and also not including the arcade games, as I haven't played these ones enough to give you a true representation of the game. Without further ado,
Let's go.
So the first game on my list is Super Mario Kart. Super Mario Kart on the Snes was the one that started it all. Released on the Snes in 1992, this is the first ever Mario Kart game released, and it's also one of my favourites, if not probably my favourite. Me and my dad used to play this, well we still do play this, for hours and hours on end, trying to beat each other and trying to beat a Super Mario Kart expert. This has got some really good creative tracks and some of the best weapons in any Mario Kart game, so if you haven't given this one a play, I recommend you do so. It's a very hard game. I usually find the Mario Kart games quite easy, but this one I think involves real skill, as the steering is pretty tricky, but once you've practiced it a few times, it gets quite easy to master. The next game is Mario Kart 64. Here we have Mario Kart 64, and now the Mario Kart name was well established in gamers. This was many people's first taste of the Mario Kart series. Released in 1996 on the N64, this was a massive graphical jump from the Snes, as they didn't make a 32-bit system, so this was 4 times as graphically powered as the Snes Mario Kart. I was never as big a fan of this one as the original, as I just like the original because I like to go as retro as I can with games most of the time, but I can appreciate how good a game this is, and I know this holds a special place in many gamers' hearts. And the Rainbow Road on this track is absolutely incredible. If you haven't tried the N64 Rainbow Road course, you have to try it, as there's just nothing else like it. Really, really good course. Next up, we have Mario Kart Super Circuit. Here we have Mario Kart Super Circuit. This is the first ever Mario Kart to be on a handheld console. Released in 2001, this is very similar to the SNES version of Super Mario Kart, with some of the tracks being known as very imaginative titles like Bowser's Castle 3 and Donut Plains 2. It's kind of a shame they didn't add any new items from the 64 version, but for a first try on a handheld console, this game is really fun still today. And also, back in the day, how amazing would it be to have Super Mario Kart in your pocket? Next up, we have one of my favourites, and that is Mario Kart Double Dash. I also own the limited edition Mario Kart Gamecube console. I love it so much. Mario Kart Double Dash was released in 2001 for the Nintendo Gamecube, and I absolutely love this Mario Kart. This is really good and a really creative Mario Kart by Nintendo, as this gives you 2 players in one car, and it allows you to switch each player so you can store weapons and choose which weapons you want to use. Introduces so many new tracks, so many new weapons, and so many new cars. This really is a very underrated Mario Kart. Next up, we have Mario Kart DS. Here we have Mario Kart DS. Now this was the second Mario Kart to be released on a Nintendo handheld console, and this game is really fun, although I do think if you're playing it on an original DS, it really lacks the feature of an analog stick. I feel like if this had an analog stick, say if you're playing it on a 3DS, it would be much easier to control. But that aside, this game is really fun. Doesn't hold up very well graphically today, but this is a really good game, and if you haven't tried it, I recommend you do so, as this is also one of the cheaper Mario Kart games and also quite easy to get hold of, and this is a brilliant game that you should definitely try out. Next up, we have Mario Kart Wii. Here we have Mario Kart Wii. This is a very popular Mario Kart game. The Wii was one of the best-selling Nintendo consoles. Obviously, the Mario Kart game for the Wii sold very well. That makes this game quite easy to get hold of, and you do find this out in the wild every so often, and it is a really fun game. This game used motion controls and even come packaged with a Wii wheel that you could put your Wiimote in and steer your way around a course like in a real car. Now, as you probably already know, the Wii wasn't a massive graphical upgrade from the Gamecube, so this isn't the best Mario game to look at nowadays, but it's definitely worth a play. Bit of an odd one with the motion controls, but it's still an amazing game that you should definitely try out. Then we have Mario Kart 7. Here we have Mario Kart 7. This was released in 2011 on the Nintendo 3DS, and this is a really good Mario game. I like it as much as Mario Kart DS. This is a huge graphical upgrade from Mario Kart DS, and it's a really enjoyable game. You can also race in first person mode, which is a bit different from a Mario Kart game and hasn't been done since. It has an amazing battle course, and also being on the 3DS, you can play it in 3D, even though I never really use the 3D because it hurts my eyes. Then, of course, Mario Kart 8. We have Mario Kart 8 released in 2014 for the Wii U. This is an absolutely brilliant Mario Kart game. Not my favourite, but definitely one of my favourites. This is the first ever HD Mario Kart game, and the controls on the Wii U gamepad are absolutely amazing. You can use the smaller screen on the Wii U gamepad to control your weapons and stuff. Absolutely brilliant game. This game is actually fairly cheap at the minute, with you easily be able to buy a copy for about 7 or 8 quid. So for that price, I would definitely recommend Mario Kart 8. And finally, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, a quick warning for you. I have a very unpopular opinion about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I cannot tell you how ripped off I felt when I bought this game at launch. I've bought every Mario Kart game at launch for years now, and this one is so similar to the Wii U version, I was very disappointed. I know this has been vastly improved with all the Mario Kart 8 booster courses that have been put out, but I'm not talking about them today, just the original games, how they originally came. So yeah, I'm really not a fan of this one. If I'm going to go back and play it, I'll probably just play it on the Wii U, because I don't really enjoy the Switch version very much. So in conclusion, obviously I love all of the Mario Kart games, but my favourite is definitely Super Mario Kart on the Snes. This is the one that started it all. This one's still really challenging for me, but I still really enjoy playing it. It's an absolutely incredible game, and probably one of the most important games in gaming history. If you've watched my channel before, you probably already knew that was going to be my favourite. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!